Shalom, YouTube. It's Mad Kelp. How y'all doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're doing the things to the best you can with what you got, where you're at. That's what I'm doing. Just got done taking the crazy dog for a walk. Got my garden chores done for the day. Fixed a couple of things in the land of oh crap, that's broke. Found a couple more things that are broke that we're going to have to fix, but we'll get around to that. Nothing earth-shattering. Nothing end of the worldy, you know. Although it seems awful end of the worldy out there, doesn't it? People yelling and screaming and carrying on and blaming other people and pointing fingers and proposing legislation that's going to make everybody happy. I don't know. Things have been ramped up lately, haven't they? Notice that this week, man. I was getting that, you know, looking around up and down. What is it? I need to go. What do I need to buy? What do I need to fix? Because, you know, Tuesday's coming. World's gonna end. And for me, man, that is like one sure sign of prep or burnout. When I get that, when I get all that crazy, you know. When I think about putting off paying the mortgage to go buy solar panels, that's usually a sign that I'm getting a little too into what's happening in the world. Not enough happening with what's in the land of oh crap, that's broke. I think most of us are feeling it. Most of us are paying attention to the goings on out there. You know, a lot of raised voices, a lot of finger pointing, a lot of you're wrong and we're right. And we're going to make you do what we want, and then everything will be utopia. Go back and look at history, that very rarely works. Very rarely happens. Because the people who want to make things utopia are never satisfied with the actual utopia. They've always got something else that needs to happen, some other change, some more people that need to be silenced or reined in or rebuked or, you know. Those of us who just want to be left alone makes it harder on us sometimes. And I was looking, because I do this Mad Celt introspection thing occasionally. You know, usually when I'm reading my word, I'm reading from my other big book, Basic Text of Alcoholics Anonymous. And what's changed for me in the last year? Not a whole lot. You know, the whole Charlie 19 thing made the world go, Rrr! I didn't change a whole lot. A lot of people around me got all wonkosaurus and got all, you know, finger pointy and yelly and screamy and scared out of their friggin' minds. Didn't change a whole lot here in the land that, oh crap, that's broke. You know. Could changes happen? Oh yeah. He's proposing all kinds of legislation that's going to make us all, you know, fall into line and yeah. I don't do that whole comply thing well, as y'all probably know. But I was feeling it this week, man. I was feeling getting that anxious, jumpy thing, and short of breath, and I don't have enough this, and I don't have enough that, and I need to go out did this, and maybe I should not pay my mortgage so that I could buy solar panels. Luckily, I have a connection with my Father in heaven. When I get like that, so just gently tap me on the top of the head with a spoon. And if I don't pay attention to that spoon long enough, he hits me with a shovel. So I have become better. I'm not great, but I have become better at paying attention to being tapped on the head with a spoon. It goes back to, as the great philosopher J. Johns would say, if what you're worried about happens, what are you going to do differently? Start doing that now. There's nothing you can do about it. Stop worrying about it. You know, you look at 100 news articles a day, there's maybe 2 things that I can do something about. The rest of it, pay attention, but it's got to go over here someplace, because we meet anxiety with action if there's no action to take. You know. So what action am I taking? I'm sitting up at the Treehouse having a cigar and a nice cold non-alcoholic beverage. Take a look at this. So that's my view. Sitting up here in my treehouse with my rope ladder and my trap door. We've got a bucket and a pulley so we can haul drinks and snacks, stuff up and down. Grim Servant of Death is coming by this weekend. We're going to have a sleep out up here in the treehouse. So, pretty good. Are you getting all anxious about stuff you can't do anything about? Because that way madness lies. You're off the map. Here there be monsters. What can you do something about? Go do that. I can put more food in buckets, Mad Kelp. Okay. Put more food in buckets. They're going to do legislation that's going to make everybody... Okay. What can you do about that? Did you contact your Congress critters? Make some phone calls? Write some emails? Tell people that you are unhappy with the decision that they're looking at? They're going to ban all the meat. Okay. How much meat do you got stored? You got a way to get more meat? Might want to work on that. Wheat futures have collapsed. There's going to be no more bread. Okay. How much wheat do you got in buckets? You got a grinder? You know how to make bread? Maybe work on that. Take some time to look at history. How many times has this happened before? People always survived. No matter what disaster happened, there was at one time a really big flood. And people survived that. Which brings us back to the most important prep of all. What's your relationship with the Father? Because that, more than anything else, is going to determine how you come through this. There's a lot of people out there yelling and screaming and carrying on and pointing fingers and blaming people and getting wild, just jacked up, that do not have a relationship with that power greater than ourselves. So there's no way to short circuit that ramp up of anxiety and hate and blame. They're looking for somebody else to make their life okay. They figure if they could just change other people to do what they think is the right thing, then their world will be utopia. That utopia never happens. Because, as our Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous tells us, my troubles are basically of my own making. Which is frightening when you think about it. But then when you look at it, it gives you a huge amount of freedom. Because if I am the author of my own troubles, I can change that story. I can rewrite that. If I take responsibility for my troubles, then I can fix them. If I'm waiting for somebody else to change so that I'm okay, it's never going to happen. Because nobody's ever going to change enough for them to be happy, or for you to be happy, or for me to be happy. Because there's always something else that needs to change for them to be happy. There's always one more group that needs to be reined in, or silenced, or made to toe the line. And you're never going to get everybody to do what it is that you want them to do. And then those people get really, really wonky, and they start making other people go away so that they can be happy. But they're never happy. They never get to that point. So what are you doing to change yourself and change your life so that you're happy? Know what I'm doing? Spending time in my Word, morning and night. Spending time getting dirt under my fingernails, playing in my garden, fixing stuff. Spending time making phone calls saying, how are you doing? What can I do to help you? Nothing kills anxiety faster than action. And nothing kills selfishness better than reaching out and saying, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How are you doing? What's going on, brother? What's going on, sister? Having a hard time? Tell me about it. What I'm doing for myself right now is hanging out in my treehouse with a cigar, waiting for it to rain, talking to y'all. If you listen to the news, you would think that 99% of the people in this country are festeringly unhappy and absolutely depressed and scared out of their minds. Most of the people I know are not like that. There's a few. There's some. Love that fear. Can't wait to turn on that phone in the morning. Can't wait to turn on that TV. What is it that I need to be afraid of today? Who do I need to be mad at today? Who do I need to blame for my problems today? And spend the rest of the day in anxiety and fear and unhappiness. No. Spent a bunch of my life in that. No more. Thank you very much. The world's crazy. We have to be the sane ones. We have to be the reasonable, rational people. We have to be the people that meet anxiety with action. For our own selves, for our own sanity, for the well-being of the people that we love. What are you doing today? How are you making yourself sane? What are you doing to shortcut that anxiety and that fear? You know? Put that phone down. Turn that computer off. Go take a walk. Go read a book. Go play in the dirt. It ain't got to be big. You ain't got to plow 10 acres. Put some dirt in a pot. Put some seeds in it. Water it. Polish your shoes. Make a phone call. Who's that guy or that gal that you haven't talked to in a while? Been rattling around in your brain pan saying, I should call him. See how he's doing. Go do that. Man. Looking at crazy long enough makes you crazy. Look at what's sane in your life. Make some sane stuff happen. Because life as we know it is not over today. Maybe somewhere in the future. What can I do today? What do I got to be happy about today? What change can I make today? Because change will happen, change will come. For good or for bad. And good and bad is perspective. You know, what I think is good may be bad for some people. What I think is bad may be good for some people. You know, nobody's ever going to be. If the world was run by mad cow, y'all would be unhappy. Let me tell you. If the world was run by some of y'all, the rest of us would be unhappy. So, life is good, man. Life is good. Most of the time, life is good. I'm sitting here in a treehouse in my shirt sleeves, smoking a cigar, talking on a phone, staring at food coming out of the ground. I'm going to go in my house when I'm done with this cigar, and I'm going to have to look and choose what it is that I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going to have to pick from all of the stuff that's in my house and decide what it is that I want to eat. Life is good. I got a couple of shekels in the bank. Not as much as I'd like to have, but more than I ever did. Life is good. I got people that I love. I got people who love me. Life is good. I got brothers that I can call if I need help with something or if I'm feeling squirrely, who will pick up the phone and be happy that I called. Life is good. Man. So maybe that's the word for the day, or the thought for the day. Don't be worried about all that other crap out there. Do what you can do about what you can do. Right? As the philosopher Jay Johns would say, if what you're worried about happening happens, what are you going to do differently? Start doing that now. I tell you guys all the time, go do something. Go do. Because right now you can do. Because life is good. Don't spend time worried about what you can't do, what you can't change. Focus on what's good. Focus on who you can help. Focus on what your next plan is. What the next thing you're going to do is. Have a plan for that. Then go do something. Because while the world may seem insane and screamy and wonkosaurus, for most of us, right now today, life is good. Say that to your Father in heaven. Thank you, Father. Life is good. Something we do in Alcoholics Anonymous. Something I've been counseled to do, and something I've counseled other men to do. When you're feeling all wonkosaurus, write a gratitude list. Start writing down, putting on paper. Because nothing beats putting pen to paper. All the stuff that's good. All of the stuff that's good. All the stuff you have to be grateful for. Man. Could be worse. Life is good. I'm 6 decades old. I could still walk upright. Breathe in and out most days. Life is good. Yeah. Go do something. Shalom, YouTube.